wonder what the red flags in the ground up there for. Now I know.
Mr. Taylor. All right, folks, we have 6 o'clock. We'll go ahead and get started. On the road, Black Jewels here, Beverly Atwood is virtual. Mr. Clarity, Mr. Ferguson is absent tonight. Mr. Ford,
Yep.
Mr. Gregory, Mr. Governor, Mr. Parr,
Here.
Mr. Nolan,
Here.
Mr. Taylor. I'm not sure whether he's going to make it or not. Okay, we do have a quorum. First thing we need to do is have a motion to conduct this meeting virtually.
Move to do so.
Have a motion by Mr. Harsh and a second by Mr. Gully to conduct this meeting in person and virtually. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, it is done. First order of business is to review the minutes from the February 2nd meeting. They have been distributed. Is there any corrections or additions or problems with those?
Make a motion to approve.
A motion by Mr. Ford and a second by Mr. Clarity to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That is done. Mayor, I guess we'll just jump into your report. I think you've got several things for us tonight.
So I called the commission meeting for Monday at 6 o'clock, and that is to address a request from Tennessee Central to put in a grant application that they are working with Greater Nashville Regional Council on. That is the infrastructure improvements out at the PowerCom side. That'd be extension of a sewer line down to their south campus, what they call their south campus. That's to make it a little bit more attractive. Right now, they're trying to use my sewer back there. There are some tenants that are on a septic system, but in the front north campus, but there is nothing in the back campus. So this is to extend that down there. I think it's about maybe half a mile or so line we're going to lay. And so they kind of determined later in the process that it didn't go through the county, and the deadline to file an application is March 12th. So they asked us if we would consider it. The only time to get it in before that would open on the calendar was May 8th, so we're March 8th, excuse me. So I called it in, so we can go ahead and get that done. And Mr. Charlie Lyons and Ben Kidcombe and Matt Von Lumen from GNRC will be on to answer any questions more in depth than that if anyone has any at the time. I received a request from Life Point Health Systems through the Trousdale Medical Center to consider a certificate of need resolution that's been adopted by Sumner County, basically saying that this county does not want the state legislature to change the certificate of need laws. I think that's up in the state legislature this month, so I'll be transmitting that to the commission as I just serve as a receiving part on that, and I'll transmit it to the commission and it can be considered. Yes, sir.
I believe in the Tennessee County Service Administration meeting the other day that we voted not to oppose that.
Okay.
Because it would greatly affect my understanding it's like helicopter Vanderbilt situation. It would affect that adversely. If I'm on the right bill, I think we voted for it.
The resolution I sent did cite specific bill in the state legislature, just as blanket language that don't support changing certificate of need laws.
Okay.
I don't know what specific bill it's referring
Okay. But I know there was some talk on that from that perspective, if it's the same one.
Again, like I said, it doesn't, I do file multiple bills on the night, so I don't know which specific one it's addressing.
Hey, Mayor, I don't know if it's the microphone that you're using or what, but it's a little choppy when you're coming in and out, when you're talking.
I guess it's maybe the microphone, because it sounds okay here. How about now, is that a little bit better? Okay. That's really all I got. I said I had several, is there some other questions on it?
I thought, not that I can think of right off. I guess that was the main thing, was the colony, and did we get back information? No, that's okay. That's okay. Anybody have any questions of the mayor?
That meeting be here.
Yes.
There is an option to be here in person because the planning commission is here at 7 o'clock, so I'll be here, I have the equipment set up. It's also a Zoom option that was sent out with the email today, so everybody can attend if they want to.
And we got communication at 6. Is that Monday
Not
night?
anymore, you know.
Not anymore. She had the seats.
Okay, we
So you got,
swapped these.
Well, she said it at 7:45, and I'd already talked to Mr. Bella last night about holding it. So I haven't been able to transmit that to Ms. Thomas yet. When I came in, as soon as I came in, I told her to say it, and she told me about Mr. Gold at the same time. I was like, well, this will have to take precedence because that deadline's coming up and that's a $500,000 grant. So,
Yeah, are we doing it at 7?
no, the planning commission's meeting at 7.
we're meeting at 6.
Okay,
at
so
6,
the
there won't be one.
commission meeting is gonna be at 6.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I missed
The
that.
county commission meeting's at 6 and the planning commission meeting's at 7.
Okay, well, okay. You wanna be able to tell that stuff. I was thinking they could meet downstairs, we could meet up here, but now
The signal for streaming is not good enough to do it downstairs, so anything that's gonna be streamed will have to be in this space.
okay. Works for me. One thing I would like to bring up, I have, been in contact with one of the commissioners, like the chairman, Johnny Baker, in Granger County. And they, have asked us to do a support type resolution requesting, and I'll read it, it'll be simpler. This is the training to Tennessee College of Applied Bricklayers. And basically, because of the COVID impact and other things, that there's a great need for skilled meat processing labor throughout the state. And since we have a meat processing facility here now, I felt like that would be something that we might be interested in to signing on. It's just asking the state to look at adding it to their curriculum. Is costing and just add a little support. And we can all think of that would be needed as well, but that one seemed to have merit to me, Mr. Ford.
I just want to ask the mayor if he has any idea when this one out here is going to open up. I hadn't heard nobody say. The meat packing place.
I know he was shooting for the spring, but I know there was having some issues about equipment stuff inside. I don't know if it's open yet or not.
I know they're setting equipment, trying to hire
Yeah.
personnel now,
If they're
for
out
the
there.
actual start operations. Not sure. Claire?
Do we
need a motion for that resolution to be drawn up.
Well, I guess at this point, just whether we need to send it to committee, or we think we just want to go ahead and put it on the agenda for this month, or
Well, I don't
the
know.
only committee, I mean,
I don't know what committee it would go under.
education would be the only one I could think of.
But they probably wouldn't meet before then.
I mean, it's pretty simple support resolution. It's just, you know, we get these from time to time from other counties, and certainly if we have something that we need to lobby the state for, we hope we can get others to sign on to our names. And I do think this would be something that would, we could have credence for, since we have this new facility open. And it might not be something that they do at every PCAP. They may not do it at this one, they might do it at the Lebanon campus or the Livingston campus or somewhere. But I think it would be a good addition to the state for them to be able to offer this. Because we're going to have more and more of this type of facilities coming to the state. People have to eat. And that's typically one of those trades that's kind of been passed down from father to son, that you don't have a lot of that anymore, shall we say. People make a choice. Just whatever the will of the body is.
I think we should go ahead and have it on up and support it.
Okay.
Send it straight through.
They just put it on the agenda.
Okay, I'll just put it on the agenda for this month's meeting, and we can discuss it in work session if we see anything that looks out of line. It's pretty simple. I've got theirs up here, and I'll just pattern it after it. Other than that, I think that's about the only thing that I had. Commissioners, did y'all have anything?
I know we are looking at, on other pieces there, but we're looking at getting a meeting called, as you referenced there a minute ago, for communication. We're just gonna try to get it in before work session, what we're trying to do, but finding a date seems to be pretty. We were scheduled originally, so I hope everybody saw that it did get canceled, as the mayor said.
Well, I missed out on the cancel part. For some reason, I thought we were doing it at 6 and commission at 7. I was running 90 mile an hour with that.
Or our will and sound system.
That's what we were talking about. We were supposed to meet on the next Monday in communications committee. We had to cancel it to have this session. You were here. I mean, I appreciate all the people that were up here the other night, and I think it's going to be it would be an asset. Whether or not we want to spend the money to do it is basically the question, and that we want a recommendation from communication before we run it to budget and finance.
We don't get any figures on what it costs.
I haven't seen any, but
I'm supposed to have them today, he thought, but they had.
you know, we told them we had to have them by next Monday night. So maybe it's something we can bring up in work session. Of course, if we have those figures in, we can go over them. I know we're going to have several rezoning issues coming at us possibly this month. Other than that, Mayor, do you know anything that's coming up other than getting into budget time?
I got to get clarification on the housing authority appointments for Mr. Beller. My little reading of the statute is when we were metro, we were supposed to add 2 more seats to that building, to that committee, or excuse me, that board. And both of those have to be residents, and the one replacing Ms. Glenn has to be a resident, so that would just leave one appointment for me. And if I read the statute, it's I appoint them, they don't have to come to the commission.
Okay. We had, I thought, yeah, okay, we made Gwen a resident when she moved in. Up there. That's right.
So if my reading that statute is correct, it specifically says if you're in a city or county that grows metropolitan, that you're supposed to add 2 more seats, and that'd be residents of a housing authority. So that means you would have 3 that are going to be residents and 1 that's just a member of the community. And that's using the housing authority for a city. It's different for a county or regional. And I can't see that it ever was changed to regional housing authority, it was with Hartsville Housing Authority, so I'm using the city statutes versus the other ones, because they're a little bit different.
It's always been a 5-member board with 1 resident on the board, is what typically, what it has been for as long as I remember had anything to do with it. Right now, everybody's resigned except myself and, Caitlin Parker. One other, this, can't think of her name. We had 2 resign, Bobby Satterfield and, Miss Wynn, resigned, or she retired, Bobby resigned. Miss Satterfield is planning to, retire in the summer, June or July. So we're gonna have a little bit of, I guess, turmoil with that. I went ahead and did the, administrative, position with Bud to be able to sign the checks and things, since Ms. Gwen will be leaving. So I have that all transferred over to me. And that's all I'm taking care of this week. So we're gonna have some vacancies on the housing authority board. And, I think with it, there's so many regulations to Bud. It's not like, you just, they tell you what to do, how to do, they give us the funding. It's, it's a pretty, hate to use the term cut and dry, but it's pretty well administrative the way it has to be done. Since it is a relatively small authority, the problem we've had with it historically is we're having to run the 3 campuses, 3 areas that you have, and makes it a little bit more complicated than if you had it all in one area. But Ms. Hatfield has done an extremely good job of running that over the years. She's 43 years she's done that position, and she hopes to be able to stay long enough to help train someone in. I think Vincent, the maintenance person, he's indicated that when she goes, I go. So we'll probably need a maintenance person and a director. So, and some new board members. So it's gonna be a little bit of a different thing, but it's in good shape physically, for the age of the facilities. We put new roofs on all the buildings this year. And we've had really good FOS scores where they come in and do the inspections, particularly for the age of the buildings. We've done very well. Things they write up typically every year are the same things, much like our county audit. Sidewalks are too narrow, but nobody walks on sidewalks at the back of the house anyway, so typically we haven't addressed those issues. Hate to see her go and lose her expertise in that, but hopefully she'll have time to work with somebody and get them up to speed. And I'm sure she'll be always available for questions.
You need somebody, need to give her a plaque.
For
For
her
service.
service, a key to the city, a plaque, and a new car. But what we can do, I'm sure we'll do something in some way. Also, Mr. Johnson, I don't know whether you want to, what's the latest on him? I haven't talked to him this week.
I haven't spoken to him. The only thing I heard is something on the phone. He was allowing us to give his check to someone else, gave his permission to do that. Last I heard, he's still in the hospital. There's a possibility he may be retiring fully from the county, so.
They moved him to quality care in Lebanon,
Rehab, great.
to the rehab.
Yeah, rehab.
Last week.
Rehab.
Yeah. And, of course, I'm sure most of you heard that Roger Gregory did pass away yesterday. His visitation will be tomorrow night, and the funeral is Thursday at 1 o'clock, is what I remember. And,
Yeah, COVID, didn't
yes. I had talked with Linda last night. She's having a really hard time. And I have to admit, I'm having a hard time with it. It was probably my closest friend here. Anybody have anything else? Any public comments? Item 8.
Motion adjourned.
Have a motion to adjourn in a second. I'll declare, all in favor. Aye.
Has she recovered from hers?
Yeah, she's doing pretty well. I think she passed her,
Quarantine time.
quarantine time. I think last Friday. Somebody else decided